To me, if we look at the pressing needs around the planet, and if you peel that onion back, all of them at some level have a leadership problem. What we saw was a tremendous opportunity, and the mission really is about educating generations of ethical leaders.
We have a method to this mission that starts at a really young age. So middle schoolers and high schoolers participate in our courses. This is when we really instill the concept of what it means to be a leader and also what it means to be a global citizen.
And what we try to do at Shoulder to Shoulder is we try to inspire students' moral imaginations to see themselves in the future as leaders. This is when we introduce a concept called the paralysis of enormity. And it is a human phenomenon that when problems seem so big, the irony is we tend to turn around and walk away from them. We look at the confluence of 5 variables: economics, politics, culture, geography, and ethics. What we want to do is give students the tools to look at these issues through these lenses. We can get some insight, deconstruct problems so we can construct answers.
So you actually go to the location that you've been learning so much about. And that might be in the United States, that might be around the world, but you're working with our NGO partners there, and you're working shoulder to shoulder with your peers that are on the course with you, with the NGO leaders, and finally with locals.
I think a big focus for the organization is that the projects themselves are very important, and that's the main focus of the trip, but also the interaction with the local people. As I was talking to more of the adults in the orphanage, a common topic of conversation was the political corruption in Kenya. It kind of opened my eyes to a whole new world. I realized that the way to make the biggest impact on others and inherently yourself is in these types of communities, interacting with the people. I ultimately want to have a job in relating to international relations.
For our daughter Madeline, she was really looking for an immersion in the culture, seeing where they live and what the problems are and the things that they're struggling with. She came home, the stories that she told about that, she would just light up about these little kids, and for the first time, I think she felt like a leader.
It's not the experiences that the high school students are having. That's actually not the mission, it's the method. The mission really is to create generations of ethical leaders.
Through this process, we've created, a whole crew of potential future leaders, and they have this just feeling of responsibility and confidence that they can act on the problems that they're seeing in the world. And I can say this because I'm one of those students. It gave me this urge, this push to always be fighting for what I think is right, and to take these big problems in the world, and rather than be paralyzed by their enormity, I can break them down into things that I can actually do something about.
We hear this every year. High school kids who come back and say, I went to make a difference, and what happened was the greater difference was really made in me.